The crowd around the sleek, red Ferrari had barely noticed the young boy standing quietly by the curb, his hands scraped and blackened from hours of hard work. Everyone was laughing and snapping pictures, pointing at the shiny engine and polished tires, but one man's laughter was louder than the rest. The millionaire owner leaned against his car, a smirk playing on his lips, and called out to the boy, "Fix my Ferrari? You? It's yours if you can even touch it without messing it up." The word stung, echoing in the boy's chest, but before anyone could react, something shifted. In that frozen moment, eyes widened and hearts skipped a beat, and the millionaire realized that his joke had set in motion something he could never have expected. If you love stories about unexpected kindness and moments that change lives, make sure to subscribe to Kindness Tales. Hit the like button if this story already has your curiosity, and share your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing about the moments that touched you the most. Every share helps us spread a little more kindness in the world. The boy, barely 16, had been saving every penny he could from part-time jobs, delivering newspapers, mowing lawns, anything to help his single mother keep their small apartment in Chicago's West Side. Life had never been easy, and most days felt like an uphill climb, but he had something most people didn't notice right away: an unwavering determination to learn, to grow, and to find opportunities where others saw none. Cars fascinated him. The intricate dance of gears and pistons, the smell of motor oil mixed with gasoline, it was his escape, his passion, even if he could never afford the machines that most people dreamed about. He spent nights poring over YouTube tutorials, reading forums, and repairing whatever broken bikes or old lawn mowers came his way, never expecting recognition, just satisfaction in solving a problem. That day, he had wandered near Michigan Avenue, hoping to get a glimpse of the city's annual car exhibition. Rare models, vintage classics, luxury sports cars, they gleamed under the winter sun, and his eyes lit up with every detail. He wasn't thinking about impressing anyone. He was thinking about engines, about what made a machine run flawlessly. That's when the millionaire's Ferrari caught his attention. It gleamed like molten rubies, the engine humming softly even as the man leaned on it arrogantly, drinking in the attention. The boy's gaze lingered longer than he realized. Maybe it was obsession, maybe it was admiration, maybe it was the longing that had fueled him through years of hand-me-down tools and second-hand manuals. Whatever it was, it didn't go unnoticed. The millionaire, a man used to flaunting his wealth and testing the humility of those around him, spotted the boy staring. He laughed loudly, the kind of laughter that could fill a room and leave a sting in the ears. "Kid," he called, "you like cars, huh? Think you can fix this beauty? Go ahead. It's yours if you can handle it." The boy froze, unsure if the man was serious. A crowd began to gather, some snickering, others simply curious. The boy's heart pounded. He could feel the sting of humiliation, but it was mixed with something else, a spark, a challenge, a whisper of opportunity. Without fully knowing why, he stepped closer. He had no tools, no authorization, nothing but a keen understanding and a steady hand. He knelt near the Ferrari, feeling the cold metal under his palms. His eyes scanned the engine as he silently observed every wire, every bolt, every hidden lever. People whispered, some calling him crazy, others mocking him. The millionaire leaned back, arms crossed, a smirk curling his lips. He was ready for ridicule, ready to witness failure. But then something remarkable happened. The boy's fingers moved with confidence, his hands working methodically as if the engine spoke to him in a language only he could understand. He adjusted a loose wire, checked a fluid line, and with a soft click, a mechanism he hadn't even touched before responded perfectly. The Ferrari's engine roared to life, smoother and steadier than before. The crowd gasped. The millionaire's smirk faltered. He laughed nervously at first, trying to mask the shock, but the sound was hollow. The boy looked up, calm but determined, and said softly, "It needed a little care, that's all." There was no arrogance, no desire to humiliate, just quiet competence and pride in work done well. The billionaire's laughter died completely, replaced by a strange feeling he hadn't experienced in years, a mix of respect, disbelief, and unease. He realized that the boy hadn't just fixed his car, he had exposed the arrogance that had filled the millionaire's own life for far too long. In that instant, the joke he thought was harmless had revealed a truth he wasn't ready to face: talent and dedication didn't belong to the wealthy, and humility didn't come with money. Word of the boy's feat spread quickly. People filmed videos, shared photos, and commented endlessly about the audacity and skill of a young man who could rival some of the best mechanics in the city. But more than fame, something deeper shifted for the millionaire. He couldn't stop thinking about the boy, how quiet he had been, how focused, how unaffected by ridicule. He remembered his own youth, chasing thrills and possessions without ever stopping to recognize the value of hard work, respect, and integrity. He saw in the boy a reflection of the qualities he had spent decades ignoring. The following days, the millionaire reached out. He offered mentorship at first, subtle gestures like access to better tools, guidance, and a chance to learn at professional workshops. But it wasn't charity, and it wasn't pity. It was recognition. It was the acknowledgement of talent and passion where society might have overlooked it. The boy, cautious but curious, accepted. Each lesson, each hands-on experience, each conversation about engines and ethics, started shaping a future he hadn't imagined. But more importantly, it changed the millionaire too. He learned to value humility, to see the world through someone else's eyes, to appreciate the quiet triumphs that money couldn't buy. Months passed. The boy, now officially enrolled in a prestigious automotive program thanks to sponsorships he never dreamed of, grew not just in skill but in confidence. He never forgot the moment by the Ferrari, when a joke turned into a revelation, and a man who thought he was untouchable realized that wisdom and talent often live in unexpected places. The millionaire, meanwhile, became a different man. His business meetings didn't start with arrogance, but with questions, with listening. He found satisfaction in helping others reach their potential, in giving recognition where it was due. The world he had once dominated with wealth alone now felt more complete, more human, more meaningful. And then came the day of the awards ceremony for young innovators in automotive engineering. The boy stood on stage, receiving accolades for a project that combined ingenuity with compassion, improving accessibility for people with disabilities. Cameras flashed, the crowd cheered, but all he could see in the audience was the familiar figure of the millionaire, applauding not with superiority, but with genuine pride. Afterward, the man approached and whispered, "I never thought a joke could teach me so much." The boy smiled, and in that moment, all the fear, doubt, and struggle seemed worth it. Their lives had intertwined in a brief, unexpected encounter, yet the impact would last a lifetime. The story didn't end with fame or wealth. It ended with lessons learned, respect earned, and the kind of kindness that changes hearts as much as it changes circumstances. The boy continued to grow, guided by his passion and now supported by someone who once mocked him, proving that humility and mentorship can come from the most unexpected places. And the millionaire, forever altered by a moment of unexpected brilliance, began to see life not as a series of possessions to flaunt, but as opportunities to nurture, to guide, and to recognize the value of talent in all its forms. What stayed with everyone who witnessed that day wasn't the Ferrari, the crowd, or even the millionaire's laughter. It was the quiet boy, standing firm, hands covered in grease but heart full of determination, showing the world that skill, patience, and integrity are forces that can humble even the most arrogant. And in the gentle ripple of kindness that followed, mentorship, encouragement, and recognition, both lives were transformed. Sometimes, kindness isn't about giving money or gifts. Sometimes, it's about seeing potential, acknowledging effort, and offering support when no one else believes it exists. That day, a single act of focus and courage reshaped a future, proving that true wealth isn't in cars, houses, or bank accounts, it's in the lives we touch and the hearts we change. Every time someone lifts another up, in small ways or large, the world becomes a little brighter. Share your own stories of kindness in the comments, because you never know whose life you might transform tomorrow. And remember, the next time you encounter someone who surprises you, pause and look deeper. You might just discover greatness in the most unexpected place.